All right, so today we're going to be talking about how to edit Mama's House to Penthouse, and I'm going to try to make this as concise as possible. We're going to walk through the process and everything you'll need, and then go through editing a full episode step by step, so that way you know exactly how we want this project edited. Okay, so let's start with what you'll need. So first, you'll need a pro version of DaVinci Resolve. Without that, some of the features that make this very fast and effective are not going to be available to you. So the thing that we're more concerned about is speed. Right now, we can put these out pretty much in the same day because we use these AI tools. So we'll want you to be able to use the same AI tools. If it's getting put out a week or two later, then it's not that valuable to us. And the whole thing is to get this out very quickly. So you will need the pro version of DaVinci to utilize the stuff I'm talking about here. The other thing you'll need is the Mama's House to Penthouse assets. All the assets you need will be here. And then, of course, we'll be sending these large files to you through Transfer Now. So you get a link, you download these files, and then once you download the files and get them on your computer, then you will start the editing process. So that's how we're going to go about this. And then we'll also talk about maybe using Blackmagic Cloud in the future to make this a lot faster. But for now, this will be the process we'll be using. Now let's get right into DaVinci. So I'm going to start a new project, and this is going to be called Mama's House Training. And what I recommend, you go to the edit page here and you create 3 bins. Just makes it simple for organization. So first, I'm going to make the asset bin. I'm going to then make the footage bin, and then I'm going to make the timeline bin. So first, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull in all the assets from that folder. You download that folder, and I'm just going to drag all the assets in to the project. Don't change this because we don't want it to be this frame rate. All right. Next, we're going to pull in all the footage. So I'll go to wherever on my computer I have the footage. Give me 1 second. Okay, here it is. Then I'll pull in all the footage and all the audio. Okay. What I then go do is just kind of take out these ones that are not actually the real ones. So I just click through here. Okay. It's not the real one. Recording. Again, not the real one. So this looks like the right one. This looks like the right one. So now I've just reduced this to only the things that we will actually need. I think this is also one that's not like the real audio. This is just was a test we were doing, right? Let's make sure.
Hey, UAB day.
You said, okay. Yeah. So just by listening, I know this is not the real. This is only the stuff that we actually need. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to drop these on the timeline, span this out. And we're going to want to duplicate this 2 times. So I'm going to shrink this down so we have a little bit more space to see what's going on. All right. We're going to want to duplicate this, and we can safely delete the audio on 2 of these since it's the exact same. Now, first thing we're going to do is create our 2 angles. So let me turn this layer off so this layer is visible. We're going to go in a little bit. We're going to find a place where we can go up to the inspector. We're going to zoom into about 1.7 is usually a good amount. We're going to come in. We're going to want to keep them like on that kind of third rule of thirds, just to make the angle a little bit more interesting. What we don't want is it too low like this. We don't want it too high like this where it's crammed. We want something like that. Nice bit of headroom up there. It looks really good. And we're just gonna come do the same thing for this angle. Let's turn it on, 1.7, move this over, same type of thing. Perfect. Maybe over a little bit.
And we'll make sure to put them in feature.
We don't want them centered. We don't want them to look centered. We want a little off center. Gives it a more of illusion that it's 2 different angles. So something to think about. So you see it's not centered perfectly on the center line. I don't even think this yellow line is centered perfectly. Okay. So now that we have that in place, we have our angles in place. The next thing we're going to do is bring in these angles. And what I would recommend going through and doing, let's make these bigger, a little bit bigger again, is naming these. And you'll see why. I'm going to name this wide angle. I'm going to name this DJ angle. It's my angle, P angle. And then these, P angle 2. When I bring the other one in above that, I'm going to name that one. And all this stuff helps you later down the road when you'll see why. DJ angle 2. Okay, perfect. So now there is a little bit of a sync problem with this because DJ's clip doesn't actually have the audio attached to it. There's no audio. So there's going to be a little bit of syncing that we have to do. I'm going to show you how we can do that. But in the future, we'll make sure the audio is on there for you so you don't have to do that because you're going to see it's going to be pretty straightforward how you sync. The next thing is we're going to bring in these three clips here. This is the audio for the episode. So I like to drag them in this way so they're all back to back like that. And what you're going to see with this audio is you're going to see a bunch of different clips. Now we can do this with separate clips, but we're going to just do the main clip at the top to make this easy because we want to make sure that we're getting all our angles. So if we use just the audio, it won't take into account all the angles. So you're just going to delete all the excess here that we do not need. So every clip here that we don't need, we're just going to delete. Okay, leaving us with just this. Now what we want to do is move this over here. I think we only need one of these actually. I don't think we need. Yeah, I think we only need one of these. I don't even think we need two of these. Let's see.
It's hard or something. That's what had to happen.
Anyway, so what we'll do is take all these clips and we're going to auto align. So you come up here, you're going to select auto align. Going to use waveform and you're going to sync. Now it's basically analyzing the audio forms here and it's going to sync them. And actually we'll have to do that again because I didn't get all these down here. So we want to make sure it syncs all these clips because otherwise you'll have a situation where, oh, I guess okay, I see why. So this is no problem if it's broken up like this. You can auto align this part, sync it, and then we just push those back on the end again because they're right after each other. Okay. So now they should be synced. I'll take these clips and make sure they're on there now. We can go. Well, this one's not going to show. I don't think we need this because I think this is just a repeat of the same thing. So I actually delete one of these off of here.
What happened to the
Okay. So now we can delete all the garbage clips or the clips that don't have the good audio attached.
that's in
So you'll
post.
see
It was because
his lips are not moving with the audio because it's not synced. I'm going to slide this up without moving it, but you'll see the other ones are synced.
the
Turn this off.
way that it was to have.
Man, we're doing this, and we're going to talk about a lot of that. So synced. If we cut these angles off today, because that's really go. You can see all these goes into what our question was for today.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put the
Okay. So you see all the
disclaimer.
angles are synced. Now we have to get his angle synced. Now, in the future, we're going to make sure the audio is there so you don't have to worry about this. But I'm going to show you ways that I go about doing this. So I'll find a place where he says something. And I know there's a place in here where he says, what happened? Where you can see his mouth clearly move. That's easy to sync off.
I don't know because remember it wasn't synced.
Yeah. No, I think that was something with the new editing process that shouldn't happen again this time.
But yeah,
If you're
because
watching.
yeah, well, we got this. We
looking
got
for that.
this. More importantly, filming the whole time because it was because of the way that it was shot last time, or maybe because I don't know.
To the other angle?
Yeah, to
You had a live angle too.
But them gonna do not disturb because last episode, I don't know what happened to the
other angle?
Yeah, to
You had a live angle. Gonna go off on.
Yeah, now we're gonna be telling whoever
So I'm just looking for this
gonna
spot
do not
that I
disturb
know.
because last episode, I don't know what happened to
I'm gonna try to find this angle of him saying what.
the
To the other angle?
Yeah, to
You had a live angle too.
what happened
There it goes, right there.
to the
You had a live angle too. So
what happened
but he's saying what right there. So we get his lips perched together like that. We can go on this angle and try to find the same thing. So I'm gonna mark with a marker right here so I know where.
what happened to the well we got that's
so when we
that's in
find the
post.
same thing on this angle,
it was because of the way that it was shot last time, or maybe because I don't know because remember it wasn't synced.
Yeah. No, I think that was something with the new editing process. There it goes, right there. Gets the same part. Let's put a marker on here, and then we're gonna sync them up in process that shouldn't happen again this time.
But yeah,
If
because
you're watching.
what happened to the well we got
So we're synced now. So that shouldn't be something you have to do every time, but for right now, that was just something we had to do because the audio didn't on his camera wasn't there, but we'll have it in the future. So now that we have all the angles, you said I would cut off all the excess. So we ramble a little bit at the beginning of episodes. So right here, I would keep this little part. I'm going to cut everything before this part. I'm just going to ripple delete it. So we get. You said it's going to be somebody else's phone?
Yeah.
It'll always do it too. So now we got all our angles, we got all our clips. Let's move on to the next step. So the next step is we need to get this timeline. So I'm going to actually move this timeline over here. I should have put it over here in the first place. We're going to name this timeline multi to make it easy for us. And now we're going to create a timeline. First, we're going to create a timeline that says, let's call it AI edit. AI edit. And then we're going to take this multi timeline. Let's make sure all the audio and everything is on here because sometimes audio won't be on here correctly. All right. Let's make sure the audio's on here correctly. Get in one of those web and proprietary software and you're in you reach. We'll see y'all. Okay. Everything looks good. So now we're going to right click on this and convert this into a multicam using the source audio. Now we can go to AI and we can drag this in like this. So what we want to do is make sure the audio got pulled in.
You said it's gonna be somebody else's phone.
Okay, perfect. Right? So now what we can do is we can click on this and make sure we're in the right one. And there it goes. We want to make sure we have multicam. Well, if you click on it, the multicam should pop up. Okay. So if you can't see the multicam, what I recommend doing, because all these workspaces are different, is resetting the UI so you get this. Because we need this one where it says multicam here. The reason is we want to click this little button right here. So what this is going to do, this is going to AI edit the video. So what I recommend setting this to is about 0.9 and about 0.45. We know the wide angle, so we're going to just select wide angle. Medium frequency, use wide angle for outro. This is fine. This is fine. We're going to put quality better. Then we're going to analyze. And literally, that's all we have to do. Just you can walk away and let it edit. I'm going to edit this right now, and we'll be back when it's done so we can finish up the edit. All right, so we're back. AI has done its thing. You can see the edits are in here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure the audio is good. Because if we play this right now, the beginning will be good.
You said it's gonna be somebody else's phone.
Yeah.
But it's going to cut out right there. So a couple ways to deal with this pretty simply is one, we're going to go right here. And all I did was unlink them. So all of it's not linked. I want to just get rid of all this. Now I'm going to take this, and I believe we only need one of them. I'm just going to extend it all the way to the this a little bit faster. Okay. Let's extend this to the end. All the way. And any way you get this done is fine. This is just a simplified way to get this to the end. So we're almost there. Extend it to the end. And even see all this other stuff. Save. Faster at improving a lot of the proprietary software. Sometimes it'll freeze up on you. If you try to unlink
You said it's gonna be somebody else's phone.
Yeah.
It'll always do it to you when you try to pull
synced up.
that phone.
And you can try to delete this. It was freezing up on me earlier. That's why I'm not deleting all that. But for the most part, you're good to go. Now we're going to go into the final part of the edit, the final two parts. All right, let's create a new timeline. In this timeline, let's just say assembly. Okay, in this timeline, what we're going to do is pull in our assets. So first, we're going to pull in this asset. This is going to go into the beginning. The next, we're going to want to pull in, if you don't have this sound effect, I believe it's standard in DaVinci, but we're going to pull in a whoosh. That one should be good. And you'll see why in a second, right? So let's go back to the media library. And if you don't have this, I can get you this sound effect, but that's just pulling a sound effect, a whoosh will do. Just make sure it's consistent when you use it later. All right. So now what we're going to do, we got this beginning.
House to penthouse.
I'm going to fade this. Now you want to get this stinger. What we wanted to do is be a transition. See how it transitions there? So we want to get it at a point where it actually looks like a transition. And then that's the beginning part. Okay. Let's make this a little bit smaller to make this easy. Perfect. Now we're going to go back to the timelines and we're going to pull that AI edit in right here.
You said it's gonna be somebody else's phone.
Yeah.
It'll always do it to you when you're trying to record
So
something.
one thing to make sure of, right now it's only in one channel.
Go off.
I can't hear it in the right channel, so I'm going to go back over to that AI edit actually. And I'm going to go to clip attributes. Don't see it here. Maybe I got to go back all the way to the multi. I'm going to take this clip attributes, make sure that this is stereo and embed channel 1 so you hear it on both sides. Save that. We go back to assembly. Should be able to hear it on both sides now.
Yeah, now we're gonna be telling whoever to what them gonna do now.
I still can't hear it on the other side, so I'm guessing in this particular setup, we need to move this to the second line.
Not disturbed, because last episode, I don't know what happened to the.
Let's try it this way. Let's see if we can unlink it. Other angle.
Yeah, to the
Yeah. Let's delete all of this off here because I feel like it's getting in the way.
I'm gonna go off on.
yeah, now we're gonna be.
Okay, so we deleted all that off of there. And what I'm going to do is something even easier to make this simple. I'm going to just take the audio from the multi. This is what I usually do. We're going to take this audio. We're going to copy it back here. Make sure it's lined up.
You said
We want to make sure it lines up exactly. So you see it wasn't lined up. Should map perfectly now.
you said it's gonna be
Okay, perfect.
somebody else's phone.
So now that the audio is right, we go back over here to assembly.
You said it's gonna be somebody else's phone.
Yeah.
It'll always do it to you when you're trying to record.
So now it's in both channels. So that's just to make sure we don't have issues like that. It's good to see me troubleshooting these issues so you can see issues you might run into. All right. So now we got that first part. We want to make sure that looks like a transition. So this part,
You said
pops in a little abruptly there. So you might want to take a frame out here and just move this over a little bit.
you said
So now it looks smooth.
you said it's gonna be somebody else's phone.
Yeah.
It'll always do it to you.
Now, we got the basic part. What you want to do is take the assets again and take the lower thirds. And when, say, I'm on the screen because I'm talking here at the beginning, all you have to do is put the lower third in the bottom corner. Oh, didn't mean to move that. That lower third in the bottom corner.
That phone gonna go off on.
Yeah, now.
So now we don't want it to be up there. Let's move it back a little bit.
It'll always.
And then we're going to go back to inspector. We're just going to resize this to about 0.5. It's consistent. Go over here. And do it to you when you're trying to. Okay. And so when DJ comes on the screen, we're gonna do the same thing. Record something. That phone gonna go off on.
Yeah, now we're gonna be telling
And you can take this off because there's no audio.
and whoever to put them gonna do.
Same thing. A quick thing, you can copy this, Control C or copy. You can just paste the attributes here, so it's the same. Apply.
Do not disturb, because last episode, I don't know what happened to the
other angle.
Yeah, to the
You had a live angle too. Then what we want to do after those are out of the way, we want to have the Mama's House to Penthouse logo kind of fade in. Same thing. We want to keep
What happened?
this at the bottom left. Bottom right.
to the
And all you would do is just extend this the entire episode. Now, come to the end. Besides that, appreciate y'all for watching. Well, we'll see y'all.
bam.
Y'all for watching. Well, we'll see y'all. So right there, that's the end. We can shave this off. Then you're gonna put this outro. Lower just a tad, so it's not too loud. He's connected. Appreciate y'all for watching. I came up for nothing. Too close. Appreciate y'all for watching. Well, we'll see. I came up for nothing. We'll see y'all. I came up for nothing. Started from the past. So that's the basics. You pretty much got everything assembled now. The last part will be finding
It's just
mail.
out the box. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Even clippers out the box, you gotta do a little tweaking. You know what I mean?
Also, remember, you can send us your questions. I'll put just make sure to put your name and where you're from, because that's going to be the ultimate thing that we look at. So we'll definitely have people calling in again. I don't think we forgot. I ain't seen that in a while. For my are you ready to get into it?
Come on, man.
It's time for house man. So this is where I say, are you ready to get into it?
Come on, man.
It's time for mama. So now you take this, just put it right here. House mail. They seen that.
That's good.
So it's gonna be a black part. You ready? Here we go. That's out the way. It's just gonna have this black. You ready? Once the logo disappears, be back. You can make like a little. Just fade it out. So the music keeps. You ready? Here we go. This is Jordan in Atlanta.
All right.
Yo, Princeton, Cowboy, love the show. I'm currently running a boutique market, and that's pretty much it. You can go sprinkle some subscribes throughout here. Some of these subscribe. Now, the prerequisites is them at knowing how to. So just same thing. You can put these at the bottom. Every every, I don't know, 15 seconds or so. Come down here. Boom. Boom. Every towards the end.
That's essential.
Man, it's funny you bring that up. They a long time ago, I think it was on the Ellen show. And that's it. So for the most part, you got everything edited. The last part is a little color correction. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to go back to multi, and we're just going to put LUTs on here. We're not going to do anything crazy. So these are the angles. These are the clips. You're going to come over here to LUTs. Now, some of the LUTs that we've seen are good. You definitely want to do Blackmagic Design LUTs. You want to come down here to, is it at? So something like this one, Blackmagic Cinema Camera Film Rec 709. That one's a little too much. I would say for most scenarios, this one's fine. Extended Video 4, it's a pretty good, gives a pretty good look. Not so much on this angle, but for one that looks good, keeps it consistent. I think the thing is because this one is an actual Apple phone, that's why it doesn't look quite right. Let's see if film look. These are a bit too extreme. That one's not bad. So you can put that one on there. Same on this one, so it's consistent. And that's pretty much everything.
Or gonna be trying to go look
Back to assembly.
The first laptops and computers wasn't just friendly, user friendly, but the people who grasped
His first phone was ugly.
the first computers was
Ugly.
just had a fat ass. That's all that's going to happen.
You can
Is
see
like our
that's pretty much an episode. So you'll get the condensed version of this. What I through
You
stuff.
said
You get the condensed.
you said it's gonna be some.
It's pretty straightforward. AI is doing most of the heavy lifting, which is cutting off back and forth. This is the only aspect that
value
you'll have to do. So hopefully this has simplified it for you. If you have any questions about this,
In
feel
that
free to
pipe.
ask me. The only other part you'd have to do is go over here to DaVinci, render it out, and they have custom settings. You go to YouTube, you can go to this because it's HD, name it, Mama's House, or probably Mama's House, episode 2. If it was 3, you do 3, and then you would finish it, add to render queue, and then give us the finished file. Make sure to get the entire timeline. Make sure you're on the right timeline, not the other timelines. You'd render this out, you would send the file to us, and then you're done. All right, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.